Hello everybody, we're here at the WMCQ in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. The first WMCQ was won by Alex Hayne. Shaun McLaren is the team captain, and today we're going to find out who the top 8 are for this second WMCQ run by 401 Games. I built Bogles because the Tolarian Community College told me it was a good deck. We're going to find out. I'm not playing Core Spirit Dancers and instead playing Silhana Ledgewalkers. It's more of a budget version of the Tolarian budget version. My expectations are very low for today, but who knows what could happen. It's the WMCQ. I'm here with Daniel Fournier. So you've been on the team before. What's it like playing on Team Canada?
It was pretty sweet. Even though we did really poorly at Worlds, it was still like a really fun experience. The tournament's fantastic. You get to play with some of the best players in the world. And I mean, 2 of the 4 members of the team are the same already in Alex Hayne and Shaun McLaren. So running it back would be awesome.
What are you playing today?
I'm playing Blue-White Red Control, the Andrew Van Leeuwen build. It's a grind. There's not really any win conditions other than the colonnades, but it's working.
What was your expectations going to this? They've never done a WMCQ as modern before, and a lot of people who've qualified for this event may not have qualified by playing modern.
So the reality, I think, of modern in Toronto is that modern's the biggest format in Toronto, and so many people play it already that everybody who's going to come to this tournament is just someone who plays modern anyways. The 500 point like qualifying line, whatever, is not actually very much. Like if you play Magic competitively, you're probably qualified for this tournament. So basically just draw out all the modern tournaments and start all the modern players. And modern tournaments in Toronto are sweet and always the same, so works out.
Round 1 is over, and I got paired up against the person who I played the most sanctioned matches with ever, Corey Conrad. He's got my number. He's been winning the series, and he extended that lead today. He was playing Abzan against the Bogles deck, and I found that in the post-boarded games, he had it all. He had the Dromoka's Command, the Nature's Claim, the Abrupt Decay, and then even after he beat me, he flashed me the Back to Nature. All of those are like silver bullets against Bogles, so he did end up taking it. But who knows? Maybe next round I'll get a win. If not, I can still enjoy Fan Expo because there's a lot of stuff going on here today. So I'm here with Mark Anderson. Mark, you've played on the Canadian team a couple times now.
Yes, I have. Yeah, I played in the last iteration of Worlds in 2011, and then the first iteration of the World Magic Cup in 2012.
What was it like representing Canada on that world scale?
Worlds was incredible. I was with 2 great teammates, but I was the kind of least known guy. I didn't really have, I won nationals, but that was the only thing I did. But the preparation was great. The format was great. Like I loved, nationals, qualifying for it. And then I felt I added a lot to the team at that time.
What was your toughest match on the world scale of all time? Either what country or what one player is the toughest?
My run for Worlds, like I went 4-2 in Standard and then 4-2 in Draft, and then I went into Modern and I brought Affinity. And that was back when Affinity was pretty new. It was just like the red version of Affinity, where you're playing a Togs and Shrapnel Blasts and Flings. It was spicy. But all of my matches, at some point later, I realized that the modern matches I played against were someone famous. Like I played against Akira Asahara. I played against, I'm trying to remember the names now. I played against Ivan Flock. I played against Thomas Holzinger. I played against some is, anyways, they were all nuts, but one of the craziest ones is in the last round, my opponent, who was Thomas Holzinger, offered me a split. and I declined him because we needed a few more points for teams. But this was like a huge risk for me. Like if I lost, I might not make level 4, which was the gold equivalent at the time. And so if I'd taken the draw, I would have gotten it, but my team needed me to win, so we had a chance of making it to the top because we were really close. We were doing really well. And so we played game 1, and he beat me. He was playing Naya, like big Naya with like Baneslayers and stuff like that. And so then I was like, okay, well, you know, I know you beat me game 1, but do you want to take the split now? And he's like, no, obviously, because he was up a game. So I won game 2, and then again, we found out some of the other results for the teams. I was like, oh, well, I don't think we're going to make it to the top 2. Do you want to split? And he said, no, I think I have a good matchup. And he was on the play for game 3, and I just remember like sweating it, being like, if I lose this match, I'm not going to be level 4. Like I won't be qualified for any Pro Tours. This is it. But I beat him, and it was like the last match of the day. And then we actually found out later on. I didn't even realize because I was 13-5 at the time. That I didn't even realize because I had started the day at 8-4, which was not a great record, and ended the day at 13-5, which was actually quite a good record. That people with my record ended up making it into top 8. So I was like really close to top 8, and I had no idea.
If you have one piece of advice for the player who makes it on Team Canada this year at this World Magic Cup qualifier, what would it be?
Actually, I have a great piece of advice that I think a lot of people would do well to heed. One of it, so when you go and team with someone like Hayne and McLaren, don't be just thinking that you can't offer anything to the team, right? A lot of people will be like, they might disagree with something, but they don't want to voice it because they're like, oh, Hayne thinks this. Obviously, he knows what he's talking about. But I wouldn't say like you should be pushy and insist because they obviously do know what they're talking about. But if you have an opinion, you should share it because it's going to be helpful to the team. Even if they just disagree with you, that's fine. But at least you're bouncing something off of them. So I would say make your voice heard and give your opinions to try and help out the team as much as possible.
So round 2 happened. I was paired against Jund, and it's a good matchup for me. I was able to take it in 2 games, so I was 1-1. And then I got paired up against Affinity, and my board is all Affinity hate. But I lost game 1, and then I won game 2 with Boggle. And believe it or not, it had lifelink and trample and reach and first strike, and it won me that game. And then game 3 happened, and I got hit with a Blood Moon, and I got hit with a Blood Moon real hard. My creature didn't have protection from creatures or trample, and he had an etched champion standing in my way that I couldn't get through. So I ended the tournament 1-2. I ended up dropping in the tournament because we got these sweet wristbands and we can enjoy Fan Expo now. Mike Tyson walked by. I think that redhead from Harry Potter's here. It's a crazy event at Fan Expo, and I mean, when you get a chance to play Magic in the same building as Mike Tyson, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Hey everybody, I'm here with John Stern, who is 5-0 at the WMCQ today. What deck are you running?
Grixis Twin.
And why did you choose that deck for this event?
I thought it's well positioned against a lot of the combo decks. You're a little faster than some decks, and you have a good affinity matchup. I tested Blue-Red Twin, Grixis Twin, and Grixis Control all week, and this is the one I thought was the best.
Now, you're no stranger to Team Canada. I believe you were the captain one year?
I was captain 1 year, and way back early in my career, I was on the team. I finished second at Nationals in 2002 or something.
And what is it like playing on that stage representing Canada?
Well, I mean, I've played on that stage a few times in Pro Tours, so that's not the big difference. The big difference is that I have a whole country, rooting for me and really hoping that I do well, hoping the team does well. So yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking, but it's a lot of fun. What I'm most excited about if I get on the team is the chance to do well personally at Worlds, the World Cup, World Championships, and second, we'll be working with Shaun and Alex.
So this is the first ever modern WMCQ. What do you think about Wizards switching it up like that?
I mean, I think it's a great idea for most countries where, like if you're in Germany, you could easily go to all 3 tournaments, and then mixing up the formats is kind of good. For Canada, if you can't really travel 5 hours and it's the one format you don't want to play, it's not great. But I mean, most people locally can play Montreal, Toronto if they want to, so I think it's fine.
Well, thank you so much, and I hope to see you at the top 8 tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you, no problem.
Day 2 of the WMCQ was held at 401 Games on Sunday. The top 8 players were Hunter Platt, Tom Fryer, Andrew Tingaki, Felix C., Dan Lanthier, Ben Winokur, John Stern, and Nathan Jones. It was Hunter Platt and Ben Winokur in the finals. Hunter Platt was running Scape Shift with Valakut combo, and Ben Winokur was showing off one of his brews. It was a Bant Brew tempo deck, and in the end it was Hunter who pulled out a 2-0 victory and became the newest member of Team Canada for this year's World Magic Cup. Congratulations to Hunter Platt and to all of the top 8. You guys did a great job, and it was super fun to watch you play Magic.